Hello world, I'm Morgan Lee and you are watching another Nuggets of Knowledge. Thank you for being here. So today's nugget has been with me all the way back since high school. Now, I was in high school and I went and I saw this motivational speaker. His name was Byron Garrett, and he had said something that stuck with me in that moment, and that has carried me throughout my life since then, and continues to carry me today. So what is it? This nugget is learning to be alone without feeling alone. Now let's unpack that because that's pretty big. So the first part, learning to be alone, that is a physical state. That is the physical state of not having people around you. Now, the second part of that, feeling alone. Now that is that emotion of loneliness, right? And so this lesson paired together is learning how to identify the physical state, maybe acknowledge the emotion of feeling alone, but not letting that emotion take you over. And being able to come back to this little nugget over the years has brought me so much clarity, has brought me out of some pretty deep emotional places, and it has been truly a guiding compass for a lot of my life. So let me give some examples. One is going to be when I make some really tough decisions, right? I'm someone that, despite all of the advice that I seek from friends and family, I am someone that has to be in totally alignment with a decision that I have to make before I make it. And now sometimes, even though I'm seeking that advice, I know that honestly, I just have to kind of be alone, give myself space, and make that decision on my own. And that can be a pretty lonely place, making tough decisions that are gonna affect you in a pretty big way. And not necessarily taking yourself and isolating yourself, but like sitting in a quiet place where you are physically alone, but acknowledging like, whoa, I'm not alone in this. Like, I have been raised by a community, whether that community is parents, whether that community is friends, whether that community is young people and kids that support you. We're constantly being developed as individuals through the people around us. So there is support that comes with that. So even if you're feeling alone in a decision making, being able to acknowledge that you're not actually alone can be really important. Another thing that this has helped me with a lot is travel. A lot of people look at me and say like, wow, you've traveled so much, like you're always somewhere, that's wonderful, like I want that. And they really put it on a pedestal, but traveling, especially a lot of solo traveling, is pretty challenging. It's not always super fun. And I've definitely had my fair share of moments where I am alone. And I can feel pretty lonely, I can feel pretty lost in myself, and then coming back to the learning how to be alone without feeling alone takes me back to, oh no, like I do have incredible friends, I do have a strong supportive family. They're not physically here right now, but all of their lessons, all of their love, all of their support are always with me. I just have to tap into that. And that being able to do that switch and work the muscle that I need to do that switch has been truly helpful. Now, before we end this video, I want to make another caveat, one last caveat that I think is really important to address. So this has come to me in moments of travel, in moments of being home, and that is this. Sometimes we can be in the physical state of being around a lot of people. So we're technically not in the physical state of being alone. We are surrounded by people. But that emotion of feeling lonely is totally heightened. It's hiked up. It's in ourselves. We are in a crowded room and we feel like nobody sees us. And it's in that moment of really being able to sit with that emotion and think like, okay, who can I call right now? Right? Who can I reach out to? What is going to make me feel connected, reconnected again, and remind myself that I'm really not alone? So there you have it. Little different kind of nugget of knowledge today. I hope it sits with you. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. Remember, we're here in this space to talk about some observations of life. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, just let it fall off your plate.